Yo, what's up, family and friends? I got a story to share real quick. Um, as you can see, I'm on Jeremiah chapter 7, 4 through 12. I just printed this out for someone that I plan on giving this to. Long story short, I work for an elderly lady that I've been working for many, many years now. She is like part of my family. She's not been doing well lately and has really been suffering from depression. So she lost her son. She's just been through a whole lot. She's 86 years old, but at the same time, one of the strongest women I've ever known in my life. But as someone who follows Christ, we are to be understanding, loving, and patient with people that are down or lost or need to be reminded of the love and the grace of God. I know I have fought depression and anxiety most of my life, so when it comes from somebody that doesn't understand depression, they they get impatient, they don't show kindness, and they get unloving. Well, one of her friends texted me, and she's younger than Miss McReynolds. I'm guessing this lady's probably in her late 60s, early 70s. But anyway, she started in on, she doesn't need to sleep that much. And of course, I'm going to defend Miss McReynolds. And I said, well, she's depressed. Everybody handles life differently, and do what Jesus would do and show her kindness and love and patience. And buddy, when I said that, I I awakened a beast in this woman. Now this woman goes to church, and she started questioning me on what church I go to and that we are to assemble together. And I couldn't help but to think of this verse right here. Let's take the time to read that. That is the problem with most modern day Christianity churches in America. People think that just because you go and sit in church once a week that you are saved, that you are of God. That's just not the case. For ye thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if you thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor. It even talks about the widow, which Miss McReynolds is a widow. The thing that upset me the most, though, is that she actually started projecting on me at one point. She said, please forgive me if I've offended you. Number one, I'm not the one offended. You're offended because you got corrected. You're sitting here gossiping to me about your friend when you should go to her about it. That's number one. You're not showing love, patience, or kindness. And when I corrected you on that in a loving way, you got offended. James 1:19, know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear and slow to speak and slow to anger. Don't always be so quick to get mad. 1 Thessalonians 5:14, we urge you, brothers, admonish the idle, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, and what does it say? Be patient with them all. A lot of these people are self-absorbed. You can read into that. I'll let that sit there for a minute. They think that because they sit in church and because they have a church family, number one, Paul says the temple of God, the church, is the people. It's not an actual place. And it does cause a lot of problems. Sorry, guys. Got my little radio on. Anyway, so, the way I looked at that, she was showing everything that it says right here. Strong opinions, offense, harsh judgment, and division. I mean, she was doing all of that. And then she said something to the effect of, thank you for your sermon, with a bunch of dots coming behind it. And it was so belittling. And it was like, you actually... Hold on, guys. Let me turn this thing off. Okay. My bad, yo. But the thing about it that disturbed me the most is how she mocked me. Literally, a churchgoer mocked me, started questioning me because I don't attend a church. I told her that I read the word every day. You know, I pray diligently. I seek the Lord all the time. I don't go to church right now, and maybe one day I'll find a church. But to me, my friends and family, when someone tells you that, refer them to Jeremiah. And you can also refer them to 1 Peter 2, 4 through 5. You can refer them to Acts 17:24. The God who made the world and everything in it is the Lord of heaven and earth and does not live in temples built by human hands. Very clearly it states that. Okay? Proverbs 9:8. Do not reprove a scoffer, or he will hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. And you can go into John chapter 3, 19 through 21, Matthew 21, 16, Galatians 2, Galatians 2, 11 through 14, Proverbs 27, 5, 2 Timothy 4, 2, 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 9, 2 Timothy 3:16, Romans 3:4, Proverbs 2, 2 through 5, Proverbs 12:18, Revelation 3:22, Proverbs 15:32. There's so many different Bible verses about this, and you know, when you try to correct someone, especially someone that's older than you, oh buddy, it just don't sit well with them. But you know what? I'm going to humble myself, because when she comes at me again, I've got all this ready for her. If she wants to read into it, that's fine. I don't think her church is teaching her this. You know, it's amazing, the church, and I'm not going to say all churches, but I'm going to say a good majority of them tickle the ears. They talk about self-love, and it's more about you than it is about the glory of God in many churches. There are so many false Christians and so many false teachers that are rising up in these days. You really have to be aware of who they are. And if you correct them and they humble themselves, that's great. That's what the Lord wants them to do. But if they get angry or project on you or anything like that, that is not of the Spirit of God. That's not, they don't carry the fruit of the Spirit. But all I could do was pray for this woman, because, you know, yeah, you obviously are having a bad day, and you came at me hoping for some validation, hoping I was going to confirm, you know, what you were feeling. But to me, when I work 2 jobs and I have 2 kids and I sacrifice my time to go help her, it's not about me. It's about doing it for the glory of God and helping someone that's in need. Oh, and on top of that, guys, she also, she didn't finish this. Let me see if I can actually